And a good afternoon and welcome to Lindsey Nelson Stadium. I'm Barry Duke along with Lewis Maddox, and welcome to the Columbia Central Lions Fall Media Day. Beautiful day, and they got all the teams out, the fall media teams out, the fall sports teams out for Columbia Central Lions. And we'll be doing interviews. Got the band out too, so it's a big day here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Yeah, Barry, I think 8 or 9 teams in the fall sports category for Columbia Central High School, and they're all going to be here today and be introduced in front of a crowd here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, which is filled out pretty nicely here in the middle of the home side. So we're here to bring all of them to you and definitely have an interview with some key football players and head coach Tredarius Goff after they get announced up here in the booth.
And a lot of fans out. The parking lot is full. I was surprised when I pulled up. It was full, and welcome to the Columbia Central Lions Fall Media Day show, as we'll be talking to different coaches and players in the fall sports category.
Yeah, and we will we have a microphone outside of our press box booth right here, so it looks like the band is in their famous L formation, and probably all the teams are going to be either walking or running through that L as they get announced by Dan Janes. And when that does happen, Mr. Janes, and, well, Dan, as we like to call him up here, is going to be running this whole thing, this ceremony, inside of the stadium like he always does over the loudspeakers. And once he starts that, we'll throw it over to that outside mic and tune in to Dan's audio as he goes through, and me and Barry will be in here to fill in the gaps and interview some players and coaches once they are brought up here by the new athletic director for Columbia Central High School, John McDonald.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds good. Like I said, a lot of fans here, Columbia Central Lions fans here. The parking lot is just about full, and a great showing this afternoon for the Fall Media Day for the Columbia Central High School Lions.
And obviously, Barry, you are the voice of the Columbia Central football and basketball Lions, so maybe I know we don't know a whole lot just yet, as the Jamboree is still just about a week out next Friday night, and we'll have the coverage for that in Spring Hill. And it looks like Dan Janes is about to take over and start his ceremony. So here we go.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming out to Lindsey Nelson Stadium for the 2025 Columbia Central High School Fall Media Day to recognize the 2025 student athletes that are competing this fall. These students are excelling academically in the classroom and competing with purpose on the field, and we want to take this opportunity to recognize their contribution to Lion Nation. Lion Nation, it is time to introduce the pride of the Lions Marching Band, directed by Sam Stow and Joe Ani. The band staff includes Jason Ogilvy, Casey Manning, Javon Treadway, and Rebecca Rummage. Last year, the band finished 3rd place overall in the Tennessee Valley Marching Invitational in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. The band finished 5th overall at the U.S. Band Southeast Regional in Huntsville, Alabama. The band will be hosting the Columbia Invitational Marching Contest on September 27th. The band would like to thank the Columbia Band Boosters and our community sponsors for their continued support to the Columbia Central Marching Band. Next, we have the Lady Lionettes Dance Team, led by Mrs. Lottie Mostiller and Larissa Diamond. Look for them on Friday nights lighting up the football field. Ladies, give out a big hand to them. Next, we have our cross-country team coached by Talis Steele, Sarah Robert, and Avery Costello. Their season will kick off August 25th at Zion Christian Academy here in Columbia. Next up, our girls soccer, coached by Dustin Butler and Jennifer Moore. Last year, they were district runners-up and looking to make it back again this year. Their first game was August 18th versus Riverdale. So come support your Lady Lions, and the game will be here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Next up will be Megan Kilburn, Joe Curry, and Courtney Wright leading our Lady Lions volleyball team. Their game is August 19th versus Lewis County at home. Let's get all behind our Lady Lions. Our next team is nationally recognized rugby team, coached by Brian Vance, Shelby Turrentine, and Alexis Vance. Their first match, September 6th at Father Ryan High School. Our next team is the golf team, coached by Andrea Birdsong. These ladies and gentlemen, next match is August 11th at Pillow Springs against Shelbyville and Franklin County. Next up, our 2025 UCA Game Day National Champions, the Columbia Central Football Competition Cheer Team, coached by Barry Lynn Staggs, Jennifer Burgett, and Abby Harmon. They'll be on the sideline next Friday night at the Jamboree, and their first competition is October 19th at the Space Center Regional in Huntsville, Alabama. And last, but certainly not least, the Boys of Fall, the Columbia Central High School football team. Led by head coach Tredarius Goff and staff, Howard Stone, Dre Hall, John McDonald, Michael Harrison, John Moore, Antress Booker, Dontavius Brown, Chris Chumley, Eric Nash, Matthew Belkin, Deshaun Bonnie, Benoit, Jason Levitt, Ryan Nutt, and John Reese. I'm sorry, guys. I have paper blowing in my face up here. There will be action at Spring Hill High School versus Spring Hill in the Jamboree Friday night in their first home game at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, August 23rd, against our arch rival every year, Dickson County. Ladies and gentlemen, the Columbia Central High Lions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Columbia Central High School Marching Band.
So Barry, those are all the teams. I think counted 8 of them.
Yeah, track and field, soccer,
cross country, volleyball, cheerleading, the band,
and the football team.
Central football, yep.
The rugby team, yeah.
So Barry, we know that you are the voice of the Columbia Central Lions. So kind of give us your take on how you think this season's going to go for them, and maybe what you see with them walking out right now if you haven't seen the team all together yet.
I haven't seen the team all together yet, so it's up in the air. Always optimistic that they'll have a good team, and I know they have a pretty good quarterback coming back in Daniel Booker. I know they got some offensive lineman that's back and got a little size.
And it looks like we're going to have some of the players from the Central High School football team up here to join us in the press box. Isaiah Bishop, one of those players. Daniel Booker, the starting quarterback. And Richard Powers, one of the starting wide receivers on the outside, along with head coach Tredarius Goff. I just saw them making their way up to the booth right now, so we'll have an opportunity to chat with those guys and talk to them about their upcoming football season, which, Barry, is less than a week away, really, starting with the Jamboree next week in Spring Hill.
And you mentioned the Jamboree in Spring Hill. Of course, the first game of the Jamboree at Spring Hill, Community will take on the Mount Pleasant Tigers. That's at 7 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock, Collingwood will battle Battle Creek. And at 9 o'clock, the Columbia Central Lions will take on the host Spring Hill Raiders. And that's coming up Friday night at Spring Hill. Of course, all the Murray County teams have turf now, so Spring Hill has turf also. And beautiful turf here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Barry, I've said this before. I wasn't a complete fan of the turf going down here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, but now that you see it up close, and I know, Barry, you kind of held the same sentiment. I love the grass here. It was great grass, and it was traditional and classic and a staple of Lindsey Nelson Stadium. But now looking at it and what we see here on the field today, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. And one thing is better viewing from a broadcasting point of view and from a watching from the stands point of view, because there's not a big crowd in the middle of the field, and you can see the entire field a lot better.
Absolutely. So we're joined here by 3 starting football players for the Columbia Central football team. We've got junior starting quarterback Daniel Booker, senior starting wide receiver Richard Powers, and Isaiah Bishop. What grade are you in?
A senior.
Senior starting at
left tackle.
Left tackle. So Isaiah Bishop, Richard Powers, Daniel Booker. Voice of the Lions, Barry Duke. He'll be calling all y'all's games this season. I'm going to start with Isaiah Bishop down there. You've been a starter in this offense for a couple of years, and now you're in your senior year. Kind of take us through what you've seen out of your group in camp, and just any notes that would be cool for fans to hear about the offensive line and even about the whole offense going into this season.
Yes, sir. The line has been putting in a lot of work this summer up there on the field. In the weight room, we've all gotten a lot stronger. And we're really big up front this year. Last year we had some kind of smaller guys, but this year we're all a lot stronger and bigger up front, and I think we're going to do really good up front this year.
And it all starts in the trenches, the
Yes,
offensive
sir.
line, protecting your quarterback, your most valuable player, the quarterback. And Isaiah's a pretty good-sized kid.
Yes, sir. I'm 6'5". Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah. Good-sized kid, and of course the offensive line and the defensive line is where all the action is and where it starts to make the quarterback look good, the wide receiver look good, make everybody look good is having a good offensive and defensive line.
Isaiah, I know you've picked up a couple offers over the past couple of months. Kind of talk about that, your process going through your time here at Central, and how that's come about.
I started my freshman year. I didn't really play too much, but my sophomore year I really started playing and going out to camps. And my junior year, coach started talking to me, and I started picking up offers this summer. I got one from TSU and one from Bethel right now, and hopefully I'll pull in some more by the end of the season.
And they call you Tiny, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, Richard Powers is one of the starting wide receivers for Columbia Central High School, a senior himself. Richard, what are you thinking about this season, man?
I'm excited. feel like we put in a lot of work here lately, and all of the wide receivers, we're ready to go, and we're excited for Daniel to be throwing us the ball this year.
Talk about some other wide receivers in your group and who could maybe be a surprise, because we know you played a lot last year as a junior. Talk about some guys that maybe people won't know about that are going to make a jump onto the scene at Central this year.
Well, we got Cam. He's really good. We got Dallas King. I think he's going to be really good this year. He's been showing a lot. And you always know Maury Brown, he's going to come out there and play.
Just a freshman last year and made a huge impact, a sophomore this season, and obviously a really good football player and somebody to go tandem with you, and some good weapons for Daniel over here to throw to for sure.
Yes.
And of course, Daniel's second year starting quarterback, playing quarterback at Columbia Central. And so how do you think you've improved, or how do you feel better coming in this year as opposed to last year with new experience?
I think I've definitely improved. I've been a lot more locked in this year, focusing on getting the offense better, getting my guys the ball, getting in the end zone, scoring as a team, because you can't win football games if you don't get in the end zone, But, yeah, we've just been putting in a lot of work. We got a couple new weapons, I got a lot of athletes on my offense that I would love to get the ball to and get in the end zone. But, yeah, I think we're going to put on a show this year.
And I think you've been in the weight room a little bit, too. You look a lot bigger, muscular, stronger.
Yes, sir. I put on about 5 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds. Last year I was 180. I'm around 195 right now. So, yeah, we've been working real hard in the weight room, all the guys, the whole team. We've just been putting a lot of work in.
And it shows.
And talking about a lot of your weapons that you've got in the offense, you're one of them too. That you bring a dual threat type of thing to this offense. And talk about your running ability a little bit. And we've covered you in championship games when you were with Montana Cairns at EA Cox playing on this field. We covered those games, and obviously got to cover you last year as the starter for the majority of the time with Central. Talk about your athletic ability a little bit and what you bring to the offense at Central.
Yeah, definitely. I've always been blessed with the ability to run the ball. Athleticism, that's God-given. But yeah, what I did this season, I've done a lot of working on passing, pocket presence. I'm so used to running the ball. I get in that pocket and I get a little nervous and I just want to scramble. But I've been trying to work on being more patient, getting my guys the ball. But yeah, running-wise, I've been blessed with the athletic ability to see a hole, hit it, and go.
Here's what I want to know this from everybody. Y'all had a scrimmage on this field last night against White House. And I'm going to go back to Isaiah, and I'm going to come to Richard and then to Daniel too. But just your thoughts on your position group, how it went last night against White House.
Up front, I think we did really good. The weight room really showed the work. It was no contest up front, in my opinion. Up front, it was pretty easy, I'm not going to lie.
Richard, what'd you do last night?
I think we played great last night, all the wide receivers. We just did what we do, and we win one-on-one. Nobody can stop us.
Daniel, what are your thoughts on especially the offensive group last night?
Yeah, I think offense drove the ball a lot. Last night we did good getting the ball downfield. My receivers caught the ball. My running back ran the ball. I ran the ball as well. I think we were pretty strong last night offensively.
So what are your thoughts, all three of you, coming into the season, starting off with Dickson County, and that always tips the season off, playing Dickson County. How do you feel about going into a game with Dickson County? Of course, you got a scrimmage, not a scrimmage, but you got the Jamboree on Friday night, and then, of course, a season start with Dickson County. But you feel very optimistic about what's going on so far and optimistic about the season upcoming.
Yeah, definitely. Dickson that's usually a bigger game, always the first game of the season, kind of a rivalry game. We're just going to come in, not expecting to get handed anything, always expect to get hit in the mouth. So we're just going to come in, try to outwork them, outplay them. I believe we're definitely more athletic than them. I believe in my guys. I believe we could, win a game.
And, Barry, it doesn't get talked about a whole lot anymore, but that is one of Central's biggest and longest rivalries. When I graduated in 22 and played center at Central. You wanted to go in and kill Dickson County every year. So do you guys understand that Dickson County, even though not a region game, they're a 6A school. That's a huge game to go in for confidence. Usually first game of the season, first or second game of the season, go in and show out strongly and play well against Dickson County.
And even goes back to the 70s also.
It's a long rivalry. I'd say even maybe bigger than Well, maybe not now as big as the Spring Hill rivalry, but still a big one.
It's a big, yeah.
All right, if one of y'all wants to give your headset to Coach Goff, let's get some words from the head man in charge of the Columbia Central Lions,
How y'all doing?
Tredarius Goff.
Coach Goff.
We appreciate you being with us, man. This is another year in the system.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you all for having us up and you all doing what you do as far as covering us, man. But you know, this year I'm feeling really good about this team that we have going into the season. We have a lot of guys. We're deeper in certain positions than we've ever been since I've been here. You know, and the great thing about it, we only got 5 seniors. 2 of these guys are 2 of the seniors that we have, along with 3 others. You know, so all of the guys you'll be seeing, they're young and they'll be having a lot of time to grow and work. And I throw that young word out there, but it's not me saying it as far as we're not gonna be where we need to be. We young and the future is bright, is what I'm saying, because these guys, they're ready to go right now. As you've seen in our scrimmages, man, a lot of guys been making plays, and we've been able to move the ball down the field. Defensively, we have one returning starter coming back so far, and you know, it's just right now it's about personnel, getting them guys in the right position, and we got a lot of injuries as well. We got about 3 or 4 guys out due to different little knickknacks, but once we get everybody back, I look for defense to pick it back up and get back on the same pace that we left off of last season.
And, Coach, I think you'd agree that it's not a huge group that you've got this year, but you just said they're so deep and everybody's so talented.
Yep, and that's what I tell people all the time. I'd much rather have quality over quantity. You can have 80 to 100 guys, but, you know, if you can look in there and only pull from 15 of those guys, you know, but I look at our guys, man, on defense. I know we've been playing about 26 guys the past 2 scrimmages in offense. We got two sets of receivers and 3 running backs that we throw in there, man, and have about 6 linemen that we rotate in. So, you know, through all of that, I have confidence in those guys that we put on the field.
And, of course, you mentioned offense. We've been talking about offense quite a bit, and you touched on defense. How is your defense, potentially?
Potentially, we got opportunity to be pretty good on defense, man. You know, we got guys like Hassan Ball, who's gonna make plays. He's a sophomore, and he has instincts like no other, man. He gets to the ball and he get guys down. He has speed, and then you got Cam and Jamari Brown at corner. Brown, he covered a guy last night and was on him yard for yard, and then when the ball got there, just batted it down. And that's the type of athlete he is, and that's dual threat on offense and defense. And then Richard's been playing some free safety for us. He's been doing a good job. We got linebackers. It's as committee right now. We was able to get Zane Nash, and he's playing some linebacker for us, as well as Carson Clanton, Cozart, and R.J. White. You know, so we got a. It's a core group, man, and then our line, we have a big line as well with Tiny in there in the middle, him, Big Murphy, the freshman Tyshawn Dotson, and Jake Lovett, and Luke O'Neal has been playing some end for us as well.
Tyshawn Dotson, of course, he was amazing at Whitthorne. How's he transitioning to high school football?
I mean, he's doing good for us. He's working hard. He's not scared to ask questions when he don't understand. And, you know, he's a young cat. He's a freshman right now, so he's still learning. And, you know, it's about him gaining that knowledge, so he's playing with confidence and not out there thinking as we going. And last night he showed signs of being able to get out here and make some plays.
And being coachable.
Yep, and that's the main thing, being coachable. Like I said, he'll stop when Coach Stone explaining something on defense. He'll be like, hey, Coach Stone, he'll ask a question. And I've even heard Coach Stone give him tests, and he's passed them.
And he's got pretty good size and pretty good bloodline also.
That bloodline, yeah. He got definitely have good bloodline for sure, man. And he's, like I said, he's a big kid, and I only look for him to get bigger and better.
And what position is he playing?
So he's playing a little blood end for us and tight end.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So you got the offense, you got the quarterback there. He's got a year of experience on his belt. And been in the weight room. He's always been a good athlete and a good runner, and he said he's improved his passing.
Yeah, most definitely, man. He's made a heck of a leap this summer. You know, winter to the summer. You know, we was able to get in a new coach, quarterback coach, Coach Harrison, and he's been doing a great job with these guys as far as teaching them the game and getting them to understand what's going on. You know, we bragged on Daniel throughout the 7-on-7 this summer. He only threw 1 interception throughout all the games we played this summer. And, you know, that just goes a testament to him being coachable and understanding what's going on and reading the defense. And if it's not there, not trying to force things. And, you know, so I'm proud of leaps and jumps that he's made for us, because he's going to be a special guy for us. We're going to go where he go this year. He's going to have to, like I said, the quarterback, they got to get us there. Along with all the other athletes we have don't matter as long as if the quarterback can't get him the ball, you know. So that's what it's going to take. He's going to have to step up and lead us this year.
And having veteran wide receivers also helps a lot, helps the quarterback, helps everybody.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Richard, I don't think I've seen him drop a ball in the 2 scrimmages we've had. He had a nice one-hand grab, and then, he runs some good routes, and he knows how to get open.
And you mentioned the running backs. They're very athletic, but are they what size? Are they kind of small?
Well, Zane Nash, he's 5'9", 5'10", 220.
Okay.
Hall, he's probably about 6 foot, 185, 190. And then, you got Hassan. He's a smaller guy, but he has speed in the heart of a lion, and he'll run through a brick wall. So, I'm comfortable with the guys we have, and then as well as Daniel running the ball as well. We got 4 guys who can take it to the house at any time. Zane, he busted a run for probably about 50 to 60 yards last night out here, and pulled away from everybody at the size he is, man. I say all the time, he kind of remind me of myself from the physicality he run with. He's not scared to attack the man and run through guys, and he always falling forward. I haven't seen him fall back yet.
Do y'all run 40 times?
Well, we haven't ran any 40 times. A lot of guys, when they go off to camp, they come back and tell us they're 40 times and things like that.
Okay, what's the fastest 40 time that you've heard of?
Man, it's probably be Jamari Brown, the fastest I've heard. And I think, I know when he first got off his ankle, his foot injury, he went to TSU and ran a 4.7 on the laser clock, but I think he went to another camp and ran like a 4.4.
Oh, wow. Wow, yeah, that's moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, so what about your kicking game?
Well, we got a kicker, kid named Eli Raymer. He's gonna put it in the end zone every time, and he's got good distance as far as if we need a field goal. We need 3 points. He can get it done for us. So I'm comfortable. With losing Beto last year. He was a key piece to what we was doing. But
Beto did an outstanding job last year.
Yeah, he did, man. And then like I said, getting Eli along with Jaden that's coming up from Whitthorne, those 2 guys, they compete and they push each other to be better.
That sounds good. Kicking game, offense, defense. It sounds like a complete team right now.
Yeah, most definitely. And as Isaiah said, this year's line, man, we massive up front, man. I think we did the average of for pounds on our line, man, and I think we're about 3. I think it was about 311, if I'm not mistaken, man.
Oh wow!
And they're not little guys. Where in the past we've had some smaller guys playing there because some of our bigger guys wasn't ready to play yet. But so with this year we got some nice size with Isaiah Bishop on one at the left tackle, Luke O'Neal at the right tackle, Vaughn Haddon at center, Jake Lovett and Brian Whitehead at guards.
Now, Whitehead is a player that I was impressed with last year. I know you played him a little bit at fullback, at slot sometimes, moved him around, but he's a pretty good-sized athlete. That is an athlete. He can play. Yeah, he's a good-sized kid. He's thick. He can move, and his steady improvement from his sophomore year to now is, it's off the chart with how that kid has been able to learn what we're doing and continuously get better. What players coming in during the spring, during the winter, that you were surprised, that surprised you with his athleticism or surprised you with his football skills?
One of the kids that I've seen, and I brag on this kid, RJ, just moving from DN, going to receiver, and we asked him to do something that he's never done before as far as catch a ball in traffic and take a hit. He's steadily getting better, and he's actually moving over to play a little linebacker, inside linebacker for us as well. And he had some good plays on defense last night. So I'm very pleased with the growth I'm seeing from him. With him last year being his first year and probably 5-6 years of playing football. He did a great job of holding his own and not quitting on us. But he came back this year. We moved him to receiver, and he's finding some success. And he still got a long way to go, but he's steady climbing that mountain and getting to where he needs to be. And I think he would be the biggest surprise for me now because I expect what I'm seeing out of these two and everybody else.
They've been around. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Goff, kind of your first week of game preparation this next week going into a jamboree. How do you guys plan on handling that? As a last thing, as we go to wrap up here.
For me, man, this jamboree, I'm going to use it as a time for our our threes is trying to break into that 2 spot to giving them their last look. You know, the guys, like I tell you all the time, the guys who will, they have, and the guys who won't, they haven't. So it's kind of, you done fail where you're going to fall, and it's your last shot to show us what you got and put it on film. You know, we'll probably let our ones get a series or 2 and then go from there, you know, because we're a little banged up. So we want to keep guys healthy going into the first game of the season, man. So, like I said, I'm looking for some of our younger guys and guys that's trying to break into some playing time to step up and make a name for themselves.
Barry, you got anything else?
No, that's it. Coach Goff, I know you got the Jamboree coming up Friday. The next Friday you got Dixon County, and I want to just say good luck to the Lions. I know you got them ready and pumped up, ready to go.
Yes, sir.
And good luck.
Hey, we appreciate